Today's lesson is variables and equations. This is one of the really important concepts in pre-algebra and also the algebra. So if you understand this one, it makes more sense when we move on to the algebra part. Equation. So what is an equation means? So it's a mathematical sentence and formed by an equal sign. An equal sign. So equation means you have to have an equal sign. That is the only priority. Okay. Equation means you have to have an equal sign. And then once you get the answer, that's called the solution. Solution means like the answer, which is going to makes it the equation is true. Okay. Now look into this writing the equation. This is a verbal sentence. Like, when you say it by words, this is how you're going to say it, how you're going to write the equation. That's what we're going to look at it here. So we're going to write the equation on this one. So let's look into the first one. The sum of x and 6 is 9. Just like we did in the percentage problems. And it's really important to convert whatever the verbal sentence into an equation. Okay? So the sum means, what's the sum means, first of all?
Like the answer to an addition problem?
Right, it's an addition problem. So sum of means x plus 6, because sum means plus. So add this x plus 6. And then is means equal sign. Is right here, it's an equal sign. Okay? So the equal 9. So that's equation. So first we have an expression for the verbal sentence, and we're able to write an equation for that. Okay, let's try the other ones and then we can check with them. That's pretty good. The difference of 12 and y is 15. That's good. The product of -4 and p32 looks good. Nice. You did good work on that. Good job. So we're going to check the solution or not. So when it is asking for a solution or not, so what you need to look for it is basically, so you're kind of like plug in and check. So what that means is x minus 5 equal 2. That's an equation, right? So in this one, first is given to you is 9. So I'm going to plug in 9 in this, okay? Or substitute. You can say substitute or plug in, whatever you call. So in place of x, I'm going to write it down 9 minus 5 equal 2. I'm going to check it. So what is 9 minus 5?
9 minus 5 is
4. And then this side is 2. Is the 4 equals 2? Ask a question. Is 4 equals to 2? No, right?
4 equals 2? No.
No. So 4 is not equals to 2. So it's not a solution. So it's a 9 is not a solution. Will that make sense? So 9 is not a solution. But now let's check the other one. I'm going to take the equation again, x minus 5 equals 2. But now I'm going to plug in the 7. So in place of the x, I'm going to write down the 7 minus 5. I'm going to check it, it's a 2 or not. But 7 minus 5 is 2. And it equals to 2. And then 2 equals to 2? Yes. So that means 7 is a solution. Okay? So this is called check your answer. It's like checking for the solution. It is really important step in algebra whenever you do these questions. You're making sure you got the right answer. Okay? All right, let's do some practice on these questions. Go ahead and try those questions right now.
Yeah.
All right, very good. The question to them in 6 is 6, 4. That's good. Next we're going to learn is solving equations. So when you solve equations means the values are given to you. I'm going to explain a little bit of what is the equation is, how it works, and that way we can get a pretty good idea on how to solve the equations. When you're solving equations, we'll take an example, one of them. X plus 3 is 11, right? So what number plus 3? Because x means we don't know. So what number plus 3 gives you 11? So you know obviously x is 8, because 8 plus 3 is 11. So you got the answer, but now we're going to check it. We're going to put it right here. 8 plus 3 is 11. Yes, that is correct. So that's how you check it. Okay, so I'm going to write down some equations here. I want you to write down the question, and then we can find the solution and we can check it. All right? That's pretty good. We're able to answer them and write down the question, and we find the solution. And at the end, we checked it. That's really good. Now let's look into some word problems. Now this is again, when you're looking into some word problems, they're real. Okay, so that's the reason we call these application problems. So it's 1998 to 2002 biologist Jane Shane, and she's the one right here on this picture. She
my friend's name is Jane.
That's nice. So she's from China, and she found this seed from China, which is 500 years old. I think almost 6 to 7 generations. She found that plant. That's really surprisingly well. That's pretty good.
Like right after I grew out of that.
Okay, so since you're interested in go-karts, let's do the question on the go-kart. So on this one, so go-kart ride costs like $5 on a county fair. During the first day, the operator got almost $1,000. So how many people did do the ride of the go-kart? Let's write an equation and then we can find an answer for this. Write down the equation, that's priority. So one thing I definitely like it, you got the 200 people right here. That's really good work. But one piece of information is, the question is also says, write the equation, okay? So when you write the equation, so we know it, yeah, I think you did that. $1,000 divided by 5 and gives you the how many people. So that's good. All right, let's look into the next one. Tell whether the given value of the variable is a solution of the equation or not. What do we need to do here? Because x is already given -3. You replace x with the given number and then see if you get the answer or not. Okay, let's try this one. All right, that's good. The first one is no, and the second one is 25. That's -4. That's good. Now, like that, let's move on to the next one. Look at this real world application. If you look at this dragonflies, the main source is eating mosquitoes. So the dragonfly can eat almost 300 mosquitoes in a single day. So how many mosquitoes can it eat in a week? Write an equation and then solve it.
Just imagine if
That's good. We multiply by 7 here. Since it is a week, week means 7 days. So we multiply by 7. That's almost 2,100 mosquitoes. That's good. We should have more dragonflies. I think as in my backyard, I need more dragonflies because we have a lake behind. There are a lot of mosquitoes, I bet.
That's right. When I used to live in Salt Lake City, we had a park like right next to my house. It was Sugar House Hill. I barely remember it. I was really little.
All right, let's look at this one. Next one.
Remember a figure equation that you can x.
Okay, so let's find the x value. But the question is given to you as a perimeter. So what does the perimeter means?
Oh, the sum of all sides. So if I add.
That's right. So you add them all of them. It has to be 35 centimeters. So let's get through that. That's very good. So you combine all of them. You did that. Very good. 9 plus, yep, you're writing all of it. Good job. 9 plus x equal 35. Then we solve for the x. Now let's look into another word problems. Because when we do a lot of application problems, that's how we know we're applying the math into the real life. So this question is about our Air Force, and then those are called you can see those flights, or what you can call it, what are they called? They're the fighter jets, yes. And then this one, F-16 Falcon, can climb 800 feet per second. Just imagine how fast. You look at the second, and this goes 800 feet. So that's
do they do planes?
So the model for this question is basically beginning altitude. Beginning altitude plus rate of climb times climb time. Time gives you the final altitude. Final altitude. So use this model and then let's figure it out. If you look at this question right here, and first of all, beginning altitude is 200. You got that. Plus rate is 800 feet per second. That is the rate. Times climbing time, we don't know. We got to find out. And the final altitude is 13,000. Okay. So when you solve this question first place, what you need to do is...
I think I got it.
All right, let's try this. All right, so once you have that one, first we're going to subtract 200 on both sides. And then 200 from here. So 800x equal 13,000 take away 200. How much is that?
I don't know. For you to do anything else, I'm not understanding where you got 200 from.
The 200 is right here. Okay, that's good. Asking question is really important. You see this 200 is the beginning, and then altitude is 13,000. So that 200 is the beginning.
You wrote that up here, but why did you write it down here to divide it?
Oh, this is a plus, right? And then we subtract them. So we do the opposite of the equations. Whenever you do the equations, you have to do the opposite of the equation, so that way you can get the solution. Okay.
Got it.
So then when you take that 200, he has 12,800, and then divided by 800. You can cross that out, and then 800. And then you can get the time on this one. So in 16 seconds, it can go from 200 feet to all the way to 13,000 feet in 16 seconds. Not even half a minute. Watch this. So they're super fast. Let me explain it one more time to you. So the model is beginning altitude, right? The beginning altitude is 200. Agree? And then rate of climb is 800 feet per second. That's what we write here. And then climbing time, that's what we need to find out, because they're asking for the climbing time. It's because X represents the time. That's what we need to find out. And the final altitude is 13,000 feet. So we got that equation taken care of. Now when you solve for the X, I know I see the X is right here, but before to get the X value alone, we need to get everything the other sides. So first I'm going to get rid of the 200. So this 200 is right here. It's a positive. So I'm going to take away 200 here and then take away 200 this side. So 13,000 take away 200, I can get 12,800. So 800 times what gives you...
Well, I thought you'd be dividing it. Why are you subtracting?
The divide is here, but this is plus sign. So there's no sign means plus sign here. So you subtract. Okay.